Hey, welcome to the second course video for the song Endless Story from BAND-MAID and their 2019 album CONQUEROR. I'm musically malnourished, and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. In these videos, we do a deep dive into the lyrics and meaning behind the music. This is one of my favorite songs on the album, and so let's get in, see what we're working with. Endless Story is about choosing to keep walking together through fragile time. The song recognizes that growth can be distorted by desire, misjudgment, and emotional exhaustion, yet still insists on love as an active commitment rather than an ideal. Yes, rather than promising certainty, it affirms endurance, continuing to fight, to feel, and to believe that connection itself is proof of life. Love here is not passive romance, but shared resolve, returning to each other again and again as days blur, memories flicker, and the future remains unwritten. All right, an endless story. Long, fragile days keep changing, and somehow we smile vividly. I already know this is why it's one of my favorite songs. The music is beautiful. This message is beautiful as well. Growth is obstructed, and we mistake the real problem. Desires, repeated over and over, eventually turn into destruction. The spiraling love leaves me dizzy. I know, even if it's selfish, that's fine with me. You know, wherever you go, I'll trace that path with you. No matter the tomorrow, no matter the future, continuing to fight is proof that I'm alive. This is a beautiful line. Continuing to fight is proof that I'm alive. It's interesting, I've shared many times on this channel, obviously, my convictions that I'm a Christian, passionately in love with Jesus. And it's a funny thing too, because even when you talk about the idea of sin, it's partly the proof of your relationship with God that you're even aware of these things. And again, it's not this like, we believe you work from a place of love, not work for love. Like my child, I don't want them to wake up in the morning and be like, oh, hopefully I can do something today that helps dad love me. That's not it. They wake up first knowing like dad loves me with all of his heart. And then they live their lives for themselves, but in part, I hope that they're like, man, dad will really be proud of that. And it's not like they're doing that so they can earn something from me. They already have my love. And so in the same sense, that thing, at least in me, this desire to walk in my father's footsteps, to walk in his ways is not like, oh gosh, I hope he'll love me now. It's like, no, because you can't, that's not how it works. But it's this understanding that he loves me, he's given me life, and I will fight, against selfishness, against greed, against lies, whatever it is. But part of the proof that I'm alive in him, that I'm in his love, is this desire to want to war against these things. And so I love this line too, just in the sense of this relationship, or just life in general. The fact that I'm fighting is proof that I'm alive, proof that I'm moving forward, even when the progress doesn't feel like what you want it to sometimes. An endless story and scenery rushing past, flickering streetlights feel just like our memories. Wow. This like passing by. Even as feelings wear away, I won't forget. It'll be all right. Being alone doesn't mean loneliness. The light will come down. Believe it. It's such a hopeful song. I know even if it's selfish, that's fine with me. Wherever you go, I'll trace that path with you. This seems to be speaking of that selfishness, that like I'm coming with you no matter what. Love, romance, whatever the ideal, I will love you as my reason for living. One day we pass each other by, another day we meet again. Day by day, crying, laughing, swayed by rising emotions, wondering where we're headed. This is so beautiful. And it's the reality of relationships too, right? That some days it does feel like you're just passing each other by. Some days it does feel like you're just in the monotony of life. But another day it's like, wow, this reconnection, this meeting again. You take a moment. Like yesterday, or this morning even, well, I'll take both of them. Last night I was about to head upstairs and I just had this thought for, I just finished helping clean the kitchen and everything with my wife from dinner, and she was finishing some things up. And I started to head upstairs, and I can't remember if I ran over and gave her a little pinch, one of those pinches, or a hug, one of the two, but I know it was an affectional feeling. It's just this opportunity to meet again, right? Because you can easily be passing each other by, just taking care of the duties. And I just had that passing thought before I went up the stairs, and I was going to just keep going. And I was like, well, let me just take a second and go meet her again. The same thing. I was heading out the door this morning, just running my son somewhere. And the thought crossed my mind, like, go give her a kiss. And I was like, it's not a big, and I was heading out the door and I was like, wait a second. So I turned around and I went back inside and I just gave her a kiss, and I think it's those little things that, like, you try to meet again, break out of the monotony. Day by day, I get lost. Day by day, I question myself. I don't want just anyone to hear this. I want you to hear the voice that exists only now. That's really special. Everybody goes. So that's a repeating line, obviously the chorus. In the outro, I want you, stay with me. You can't relive this moment. I'll never change. Life is beautiful. And I think it's not this I'll never change like in the sense of the positive change. I think it's just like this idea of staying with me, capturing these moments. I'm never going to change in that way. You can't relive it. I'll never change. Life is beautiful. What a beautiful song. Not eternal perfection, an ongoing, unfinished, shared life. Fragile days, acknowledging impermanence without despair. Time's delicate, right? Which helps you make the most of the moments when you can remember. Like I said already, not to spend much time there, like it is a fragile day. So heading out the door, like let the idea that, no, you have this moment. And if you let too many of those moments pass by, if you let too many of the moments of not saying thank you, not saying I love you, not saying is there anything you need, whatever the questions are that keep you from just living this selfish life and just passing each other by all the time, if you can remember this fragile day. So let me do the little things. Let me check in. Let me stay present and connected. It really gives light to that. Street lights and memory, flickering lights mirror memory fragments, brief, glowing, transient. Fighting is proof of survival isn't enough. Choosing to continue together gives life meaning. Well, and like I said as well, I think it's the idea that you're fighting that shows that you want to live, you want to make something work. Yep. Beautiful sound, beautiful lyrics. This is a top one for sure. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for being with me for this one. Hope to see you in the next one, because we're eating good.